Hello friends, today I'm going to teach you how to replace the front turn signal bulb on your Mitsubishi Mirage. So to start off, we're going to hit the hazard warning light switch and see where the bulbs are and if any are out. There are 3 turn signal bulbs on either side of the vehicle. The first one we're seeing right here is the side turn signal light, which is mounted on the fender. If you have a higher trim, yours may be on the mirror. Within each headlight is 1 turn signal bulb. That orange spot you see on the outer side of the headlight is actually the front side marker light. It is not related to the turn signals. The bulbs in the rear are different because the rear housing is amber. The bulbs are transparent and they're also a lower wattage. On the rear it's 21 watts, but on the front it is 27 watts. Now we're going to pull the hood release lever. This is designed to be done with your right hand, but we're going to push this black metal lever over to the left to release the hood, while simultaneously lifting the hood up. Together we're going to remove the passenger side turn signal bulbs. Here's my LED headlight for reference. Here's the bulb we're going to be removing. Before we begin, I'm going to put on a nitrile glove to ensure that oils from my hand do not transfer to the incandescent bulb. This is an industry best practice to prevent hot spots from being created on the bulb, which can shorten its lifespan. Although functionally this only really matters for headlights as they get much hotter than turn signal bulbs. So to remove the bulb holder, we're going to turn the light gray bulb housing about 1/16 of a turn counterclockwise and then pull out. The bulb holder is spring loaded. To remove the bulb, push down on it and rotate counterclockwise about 1/8 of a turn. On the bulb itself it says 1156NA, which is the standardized identifier for a bulb this size. It says Stanley 12 volt 27 watt. On the bottom of the bulb there is a single positive contact surrounded by some sort of black plastic insulator. Taking a closer look at the bulb holder, we can see the center contact at the bottom is made of some sort of corrosion resistant metal, and it's bent in such a way that it works like a spring holding the bulb in place. At the bottom here we can see the ground contact which touches the side of the bulb. On either side of the bulb there is a lug that fits in a channel on the bulb holder, and as we saw before, that positive contact is spring loaded. So we push down and we rotate about 1/8 of a turn and the bulb sort of locks in place. The outside we can see there's this O-ring gasket to seal the bulb and prevent water from entering. This mechanism is very similar to what our Dorman oil drain plug uses. I have a video on that if you're interested. As you just saw, to reinstall, insert the bulb housing into the headlight and rotate clockwise about 1/16 of a turn until you hear that click. You can also see that the gray plastic fin is kind of vertical now. I think this is intended to give us leverage by placing our thumb here to help us rotate the housing. In a pinch, a P21W bulb could be used for the front turn signal instead of the 1156 bulb. This has lugs in the same position and it's the same diameter. It also has a single terminal on the bottom and it's a single filament bulb. The main difference is this is a 21 watt bulb, whereas the correct bulb is a 27 watt bulb. For reference, a brake light bulb for the Mirage, this P21/5W, contains 2 filaments of different wattages. The lower wattage one being the parking light filaments. And then you can see the lugs on the sides are at different heights as the bulb has to go in a certain way for the 2 positive terminals on the bottom to make contact with the correct terminals in the bulb housing. ever forget what kind of bulb to use, do not read what's printed on the headlight housing. It says PY21W amber, and there's an arrow indicating which way to rotate the bulb housing to lock it in place. And then also on the light gray part of the bulb housing, it says lock with an arrow indicating which way to rotate to lock it in place. A PY21W bulb has lugs that are 150 degrees offset instead of the 180 degrees a P21W or 1156 bulb would use. Looking at our socket, you can see that our lug channels are 180 degrees apart, so the PY21W bulb would not fit. We can further confirm this by going on Rock Auto and looking up the correct turn signal bulb for a 2015 Mirage. Here you can see the Phillips bulb clearly has the lugs 180 degrees apart. If we explicitly search Rock Auto for a PY21W bulb, you can see that these bulbs have the lugs 150 degrees apart. These are not interchangeable. For reference, here are the official factory service manual directions on how to replace the front turn signal bulb. Looking at the owner's manual, number 1 in the table is our front turn signal light. This confirms that the 1156 NA 27 watt bulb is in fact the correct bulb to install. The owner's manual also mentions ETACS configuration changes that can be made to the turn signal system. This includes deactivating the comfort flash, which is the 3 flashes you get when you press the turn signal halfway, adjusting the time required for the comfort flasher to activate, and changing the sound of the turn signal light flash. This screenshot from the factory service manual shows the configurable options and what their default configuration is. As always, thank you for watching. Please leave any questions, comments, or feedback down below.